Testing 1, testing 2, testing 3, testing 4, testing 5, testing 6. I'm going to keep doing this until someone pipes up. Testing 7, testing 8, testing 9, testing 10, testing 11. Okay. So you guys hear me? How am I this time? Yep, going down to this to me, please. Orion, not you two. No. Okay, I'm going to listen to my stream. Open up stream. Open up stream. Testing 11. Okay. Testing 4. Testing 5. Testing 6. I'm going to keep doing this until someone pipes up. Testing 7. Test. It's not that bad. I don't know. I don't hear it in my OBS recordings. Okay, I'm going to do an experiment. That was what my microphone right up to my face. I'm going to bump it back to maximum arm squish. Testing 1 with maximum arm squish. Test 2, maximum arm squish. Test 3, maximum arm squish. 8. Test. That was what my microphone right up to my face. I'm going to bump it back to maximum arm squish. Testing 1 with maximum arm squish. Test 2, maximum arm. Test 3, maximum arm. 8. Test. Clear my throat. Talking at normal volume. Clear my throat. Talking at normal volume. Clear my throat. Talking at normal volume. Okay, yeah, that is a bit better. Okay, yeah, that is a bit better. I have okay, the. Yeah, that is a bit better. Okay, yeah, I gotta stop listening to myself. Mute. Okay, so I have these settings as instructed by that YouTube video that Azahara posted in the microphone thread, and I did my tweaks as recommended in said video. So I guess it was just Mike being too close to my face. That instance. Eh. Close poll. I can see the chat. Chat it live chat, not top chat. Okay, here's the thing. I set up the stream every time with like live chat, not top chat. It always defaults to top chat. That's fucking annoying. Okay. I don't know. I'm gonna read since the fall one, news one. Hey, the poll disappeared. Is it in my thingy? Actually, it was a tie. If I still want to read the news anyway. Anyone wants to pop in, you're welcome. Let's see. Where are my windows? Window capture. Set capture to Firefox. Window capture on. Let's see what Zero Hedge has for me today. Shall we squish myself? Drink. Yeah, it works. Go back to Firefox. Let's see. Victor Z's American Cleanup Tour. Now, folks say, oh, they're just cleaning up this place because all these fancy leaders are coming into town, said Gavin Newsom, licking the still pressure wash sidewalks of San Fran's Tenderloin. The press snapping away, and that's true because it's true. Continued California's governor praying that Xi Jinping visit would position him as a serious leader should President Biden stumble a few more times between now and next November. uh, After San Francisco is magically cleaned up ahead of Xi Jinping's visit, Democrat Governor Gavin Newsom says, I know folks say, oh, they're just cleaning up this place because all these fancy leaders are coming down. That's true because it's true. Yes, this is one of the instances where you have to lie. You say the quiet part quietly, not the loud part. But it's also true for months and months and months prior to APEC. We've been having different conversations and we've raised the bar of expectations between the city, the county, and the state and our federal partners. Said Gavin, America's fever perhaps finally breaking. California politician appearing to condemn, however, gently the senseless forfeit of a great city to tense, rampant crime, drug abuse, squalor. Portland's mayor saw Newsroom's press conference and immediately called the Chinese embassy in D.C. to beg for a state visit from Z. He was put on hold. Seattle's governor was ahead of him in the queue. Naturally, Baltimore's war-torn mayor had been first to call, but Chicago's mayor had front-run the order by piggybacking Citadel's high-speed connection. Yeah. Could Mr. Jinping please come visit the South Side? Just a quick drive-by, high-speed anything, please, the mayor pleaded. Yellen considered asking Z to swing by Treasury to clean up and make that visit, but it felt better to leave this historic challenge to her successor. Oh God, that's savage. New York, New York City Mayor Adams, not one to defund the police unless forced to by budget cuts, was too busy explaining to his constituents that the migrant crisis would cost the city 11 billion over the coming 2 years. Next year's 110 billion New York City budget will contain a $7 billion deficit. As New York, what do you expect? Governor Abbott was tempted to have Z come clean up this mess on his border, but communists are obviously not welcome in Texas. Regardless, on the issue too, America's fever was breaking, and with New York's governor, I don't know how to say that name, seeking a more sensible approach to immigration, the creation of a sovereign border of some practical significance was finally on the horizon. Yeah, yeah, they'll close the border when the bill comes in. Yeah, these pressure washing similar to 2023. I don't know if we could clean up Beijing, maybe we wouldn't have a few of these problems. Wink, wink. Actually, I can wink now. Wink, wink. Israel admits it killed some of its own at Nova Music Festival. Goodness gracious, the sledgehammer approach that Israel has taken since this has started is is not good. Wow, what a shock. Eh, an Israeli police investigation into Hamas attack on the Nova Music Festival near the Gaza border on October 7th revealed that the Israeli attack helicopter killed some of the attendees. Uh, Air has reported on Saturday. According to a police source, an investigation into the incident showed that the Israeli command combat helicopter that arrived at the scene from the Ramat David base fired at Hamas fighters and other Palestinians who crossed through the border fence from Gaza into Israel. But it also fired on some of the Israelis attending the music festival, according to police. 364 people in total were killed there. The Israeli military and rescue services previously claimed that 260 Israelis were killed at the festival, all by Hamas and Palestinians, in a deliberate massacre. But this is the first acknowledgement that Israeli forces killed some of their own. I don't know. As far as the music festival goes, I'm a little wishy washy in whether they shot their own. Now, the ongoing attack on the strip, that's no ifs, ands, or buts. Previous reports in Israeli media revealed that Israeli forces killed Israeli civilians in Beirut, a settlement also near the Gaza border. In that case, the Hamas fighters were holding Israeli captives in homes. When the Israeli military arrived, it opened fire, including firing tank shells, killing both Israeli captives and Hamas fighters. 3 of those killed and buried by Israeli tank fire were 12-year-old Leigh Roni, her brother Yanai, and their aunt Dalia. Israeli broadcaster Khan reported Leigh's relatives held a farewell ceremony for her rather than burial ceremony because her body could not be recovered from the house that collapsed on her and other Hamas captives after Israeli tank fired 2 shells into it. A similar instance occurred in Sidrt. I don't know how to pronounce any of these names. When Hamas fighters had taken over from the local police station and were holding Israeli police captives inside, both Hamas fighters and Israeli police were killed when the Israeli army fired tank shells at the police station, killing everyone. Israeli forces then bulldozed the station. It is therefore unclear how many Israelis who died on the 7th of October were killed by Hamas. Those fighters were seeking to take as many Israelis, both soldiers and civilians, captive back to Gaza as possible. And how many were killed by Israeli forces refusing to negotiate for the captives' release. Israel initially claimed that Hamas and Palestinians killed 1,400 Israelis on October 7, including soldiers, police, and civilians. The later revised account to 1,200. Israeli spokesperson Mark Regev acknowledged that 200 of the alleged victims were Hamas fighters or Palestinians whose bodies were burned so badly the Israeli authorities could not initially identify them and assumed them to be Israelis. In an interview with MSNBC on Friday, he said, "We originally said that the atrocious Hamas attack upon our people on October 7th, we had numbers at 1,400 casualties, and now we've revised that number down to 1,200 because we understood that we'd overestimated. We made mistakes. There were actually bodies that were so badly burnt, we thought they were ours, and in the end, apparently they were Hamas terrorists." Blah, blah, blah. Regarding the Nova Festival, has reported as well that there's a growing assessment that the security establishment that the terrorists who carried out the massacres on October 7th did not know in advance about the Nova Festival held near Kibbutz and decided to come to the place after discovering that a mass event was taking place there. The Hamas fighters had initially intended to attack nearby settlements and was known as the Gaza envelope. According to Perez, the senior security officials estimated that Hamas found out about the existence of the party using drones and directed its fighters to location using communication system. In a video from a body camera of one of the Hamas fighters, he's heard asking the captured Israeli for directions to reach the bad guys, even though he was in a different area. One of the findings that strengthens the assessment, according to police and other security officials, is that the first Hamas fighter arrived at the Nova Festival from the direction of the road 232 and not from the direction of the Gaza border fence. Blah. Yeah, Middle East is gonna be a clusterfuck, and I'm just I feel bad. I feel bad for civilians involved in all this here, but this is just gonna get worse before it gets better. Ah, yes, the current year stuff we like reading about. Tranhousing by proxy, parents, personality disorders, driving surge in trans kids, says psychologist. Playing a role in the sudden rise of transgender children may be Tannhausen by proxy, a term coined for narcissistic parents who push the so-called gender transitioning of their children, some experts say. So celebrities are increasingly in the limelight with announcements about their children who come out as transgender or non-binary. Non-binary individuals identify as neither male nor female. Tannhausen by proxy isn't an officially recognized psychological condition. It fucking should be at this point. It's a play on an official condition known as Munchausen syndrome by proxy, which is a mental illness that's also sometimes called medical child abuse or fictitious disorder imposed on others. It is exhibited mostly by women seeking attention by exaggerating or making up an illness of a children or others in their care. Tannhausen by proxy has very real effects on society, experts told Epoch Times. They point to headlines like the one on Pride.com in May, which gushes 15 celebs who are out and proud of their trans and non binary kids. The article praises such stars as Cher, Jennifer Lopez, Charlize Theron, and supporting their children who rejected their biological sex. Another article by Pink News. Of course, there's a place called Pink News. Details how United Kingdom television stars Carrie and David Grant claim 3 of their 4 children are transgender or non-binary. I remember Kershi talking about this specifically. That one specifically. Miss Grant is a singer and voice coach. Her husband was part of the 80s band Lynx and worked with groups such as the Spice Girls. The couple told publication that they had discussed alternative gender identities before their children came out. They're currently pitching their book, A Very Modern Family, on the topic of understanding queer and neurodivergent children. But celebrities aren't the only ones heralding transgender and non-binary children. Parents routinely post on social media cheering their children transition or advocating for transgender rights. Some of the parents have featured in news articles for fleeing red states that block transgender procedures for children moving to blue states, where their gender affirming care is allowed. The increase in cases of gender dysphoria in families with multiple transgender children have led to some medical and mental health professionals to suspect psychological illness, such as narcissistic personality disorder, is involved. Yeah, this is what we've been saying since day one for all this shit. Water. Glorious water. Parent-fueled condition. Dr. Erica Lee, a pediatrician at Spokane, Washington, of course, is Washington, who considers herself an old school liberal. She's not necessarily against gender transitioning. She should be. Early in her career, she considered becoming a pediatrician specializing in gender dysphoria. However, she began to question why doctors were advocating for medical procedures to transition children without solid scientific evidence that the procedures came with an overwhelming benefit for their young patients, she told the Epoch Times. In the cause of gender dysphoria is unknown in a patient and the prognosis of treatment is uncertain, then radical treatment with morbid side effects isn't justified, she said. Oh my God. She had a moment of clarity. Waiting for the other shoe to drop. Dr. Lee believes contemporary gender medicine is no longer based on reality. Now, she said it is more about ideology, and the outcomes of long term side effects of treating gender dysphoria are murky. Oh my God, she's breaking the conditioning. Until recently, gender dysphoria was rare and occurred mainly in young males. Left untreated, the condition often evolves naturally after puberty. Often resolves naturally after puberty. In some cases, children struggling with gender dysphoria turned out to be gay, according to studies. No fucking shit. But in recent years, many in favor of gender affirming care argue that medical interventions save lives by reducing suicidal tendencies in youth. They assert that human rights for people to be able to identify as the opposite sex in the society must be accepting. Dr. Lee now, in some cases, sees another force at work: parents with personality disorders. Narcissism, which has similarities to MSBP, may be contributing to may contribute to the proliferation of gender dysphoria claims and shouldn't be ignored, she said. The narcissism of some of these mothers has to be exposed, she says. Mothers in particular the attention may use the attention from having a transgender child to climb the social hierarchy, she said. She may not she's not the only medical professional to feel this way. MSBP in parents has been described by insiders working with gender clinics in the United States and abroad, Dr. Lee said. The condition is associated with what's known as personality research as dark triad, she said. Those exhibiting the dark triad express Machiavellianism, which uses deception to win power. They also express underlying psychopathy, such as amoral behavior. And they express narcissism, which is the need for admiration coupled with the absence of empathy for others. So Transhausen by proxy. In February, Jamie Reed, a former case manager at the Washington University Transgender Center at the St. Louis Children's Hospital, exposed practices at the clinic and described parents who were adamant about transitioning their children. Her revelations became the catalyst for Missouri lawmakers to draft a law barring hormone therapy for minors. In the July article appearing in the LGBT Courage Coalition, Miss Reed wrote about how children at the clinic were victims of one's parents' own psychological needs. As horrible as it is to say, I did see parents, primarily moms, who showed signs of Munchausen syndrome by proxy, Miss Reed wrote. Miss Reed, a lesbian and mother of five, described how the center tore families apart where both parents didn't agree to putting their children on hormones. Fathers often attempted to stop the medical transitioning of their children, she wrote, and staff, she wrote, often referred to those fathers as idiots or said they had patriarchal issues. Often the dads were fighting for the most reasonable things: more time in therapy, therapy with a provider who would actually explore where the child's desire to escape his or her body was coming from, time to allow mental health professionals to do proper psychotherapy. Miss Reed wrote that she no longer trusts affirming doctors because they're blinded by ideology. Likewise, in the United Kingdom, the Tavistock and Portman gender clinics accepted about 30 children under the age of 5 in the 2 year period ending in 2022, according to the National Health Service data. About half were younger than 4. Dr. Az Hakim, a psychiatrist who worked at the Portman Clinic until 2012, was quoted by a Telegraph and the Daily Mail as saying he was concerned with cases that smacked of Transhausen by proxy. Dr. Hakim had told the news outlets that he saw a significant number of grieving parents who had lost their child and eventually had another baby. Some parents wanted to transition the later born child to the sex of the child who died. That is fucked up. Holy shit. Motherfucking lunatics. Holy shit. That's fucked. Oh, that's where the article ends. Oh, ending on a bomb. Fuck. Okay, this one I found interesting, being a geologist and all. All the metals in the world we mined in one visualization. In 2022, 2.8 billion tons of metals were mined throughout the world, while major industries that directly consume processed mineral materials contribute to 14% of the US economy. As visual capitalist Bruno Venditti details below, here's each metal's contribution to the total. So what do we got? World production of almost 2.8 billion tons of metal in 2022. Metals versus ores. Ores are naturally occurring rocks that contain metals or metal compounds. Metals are the valuable part of ores that can be extracted and sold. Iron ore. Let's see. 1,000 million, 2.6 billion tons of iron. Oh, that's million. And all the industrial minerals. We got 69, nice, million tons for aluminum. Got 41 million tons for chromium. 22 million tons for copper. 20 million tons for manganese. Got 13 million tons for zinc. 9.5 million tons for titanium. Represents titanium mineral concentrate production. Okay. 4.5 million tons of lead. 3.3 million tons of nickel. 1.4 million tons of zircon. Let's see. Usable ore 2.6 billion tons. Okay, yeah. Let's see. 1 million tons of magnesium. 340,000 tons of strontium. Strontium? Yeah, strontium. 49,000 tons of uranium. 20,000 tons of bismuth. 2.2 thousand tons of mercury. And 280 tons of beryllium. And here's the breakdown for technology and precious metals. You got 310K for 10. Why'd I open that? Let's see. 300K for rare earth oxides. You got 250K for molybdenum, which was the first metal I looked for my first job. 190K for cobalt. You got 130K for lithium. You got 100K for vanadium. You got 84K for tungsten. You got 79K for niobium. You got 26K for silver. 24K for cadmium. 3.1K for gold. 2K for tantalum. 900 for indium. 550 for gallium. Lump the rest of the platinum group metals of 400. And 58 for rhenium. Iron ore dominance. Iron ore dominates the metal mining landscape, comprising of 93% of the total mined. In 2022, 2.6 billion tons of iron ore were mined, containing about 1.6 billion tons of iron. Iron ores are found in various geological environments, such as igneous, metamorphic, or sedimentary rock, and can contain over 70% iron, with many falling in the 50 to 60% range. Combined with other materials like coke and limestone, iron ore is primarily used in steel production. Today, almost 98% of iron ore is dedicated to steel making. The ore is typically mined in about 50 countries, but Australia, Brazil, and China and India are responsible for 75% of the production. Because of its essential role in infrastructure development, iron ore is one of the most crucial materials underpinning urbanization and economic growth. Industrial metals. Industrial metals occupy the second position on our list, constituting 6.6% of all metals mined in 2022. These metals include copper, aluminum, lead, zinc, are employed in construction and industrial applications. Aluminum constituted nearly 40% of industrial metal production in 2022. China was responsible for 56% of all aluminum produced. In the second position is chromium, which played a primary role in rendering stainless steel corrosion resistant. South Africa led chromium production, accounting for 44% of the total mined last year. Technology and precious metals. Despite representing less than 1% of all metals mined, technology metals have been on the news over the last few years as countries and companies seek these minerals to reduce carbon emissions and improve productivity. And enjoy that while they can. They include lithium and cobalt used in electric vehicles and battery storage, and rare earths used in magnets, metal alloys, and electronics. Many of them are considered critical for country security due to their role in clean energy technologies and dependency on our nation's supply domestic demand. However, despite increasing interest in these metals, they are still behind precious metals such as gold and silver regarding market size. Gold market, for example, reached 196 billion in 2022 compared to 10.6 billion of the rare earth market. Yeah, so the precious metals are by far like overrepresented. Like where were we at? Yeah. So gold's sitting like 3.1 3.1 thousand tons, and silver like 26,000 tons, and like the volume of that there is not that much, but they're just the price of them is just worth so much. So it's like very disproportional for what you're getting, which makes sense. The precious metals are fucking expensive because they're precious, rare ish. That was neat. Um, uh, I just opened up a bunch of headlines that I thought were interesting and exactly give them a once over. And blah blah. More or less the same stuff of the climate scam is starting to fall apart. I'm always happy for that. Ooh, this is neat. Congressional efforts grow to deport visa holders who support Hamas. I like this one come bite them in the ass. The U.S. State Department confirmed this week that it has the authority to revoke visas of foreign nationals who express support for Hamas while living in the U.S. The announcement said it has broad authority under the Immigration and Nationality Act to revoke visas, contained in a letter to Senator Marco Rubio, who is leading the congressional efforts to allow the deportation of Hamas supporters. The State Department said we exercise the authority when there is information or evidence indicating that a visa holder may be ineligible for a U.S. visa. Hamas became an officially designated terrorist organization in 1997. Jesus, I've been around for that long. And current U.S. law says that not only terrorists themselves, but are those who have persuaded others to endorse or support a designated terror group are banned from U.S. soil. That's creeping on. That's creeping on thought crime. I don't know how I feel about that. Even after issuance of a visa, the Department of State works closely with the Department of Homeland Security and other partner agencies to ensure that every visa applicant is continuously screened to ensure they remain eligible for travel to the United States, the letter said to Senator Rubio explained. Of course, the millions of illegal immigrants currently inside the country, with more pouring in by the day, would fall through the cracks in terms of any such screening. The effort of Rubio and other GOP reps to place more scrutiny on any potential Hamas supporters come amid the backdrop of large pro-Palestinian protests, which have taken over many college campuses in some cities. The Jewish groups have also claimed the rise in anti Semitic attacks and have cited, in some cases, leftist students have carried signs that express sympathies with Hamas. Trump has lately expressed support for the move as well. Let's see. Donald Trump speaks on war in the Middle East between Israel and Hamas. If you sympathize, I don't know if I can do a Trump voice. Nah, I can't. If you sympathize with the jihadists, then we don't want you in our country. I will cancel student visas for Hamas sympathizers on colleges' campuses. Come 2025, we will find you and we will deport you. This has outraged Rubio and other congressional leaders. He wrote to the Biden administration this week, I urge you to immediately use existing laws to eradicate hate from our country. He added, in addition, I will be introducing legislation to provide further tools to ensure support of Hamas and other foreign terrorist organizations do not benefit from our country's generosity. Drink. Oh, this article. Okay. I've been following this particular line of news because I find it utterly interesting because of, you know, fuck around and find out fuck around and find out at the board of directors level stuff is always amusing to me. Not since like the Project Veritas stuff. That was hilarious of the follow of that. And this here is looking to be more of the same. You know, just because you're in the board of directors doesn't mean you know what you're doing. I've always found this hilarious, especially whenever the board of directors would come by to do mine tours for my previous workplace. It was always hilarious how they didn't know exactly what they owned. Kind of depressing the more you think about it. Let's see. Most OpenAI staff threaten to quit, join Microsoft unless incompetent and incapable board resigns. Tech Board Wired has reported that hello, Dapping Taco. Wired has reported that 490 OpenAI employees may quit and find jobs at the newly announced Microsoft subsidiary run by Sam Altman and Greg Brockman if the board does not resign. The process through which you terminate Sam Altman and remove Greg Brockman from the board has jeopardized all of this work and undermined our mission and company. The employees wrote in the letter adding, your conduct has made it clear that you did not have the competence to oversee OpenAI. The latest data from the information indicates OpenAI has more than 700 employees. A potential mass exodus could spark disastrous consequences for OpenAI. Here's the letter to the board where the employees mention that if they choose to resign, they will immediately have employment opportunities at Microsoft. To the board of directors at OpenAI. OpenAI is the world's leading AI company. We, the employees of OpenAI, have developed the best models and push the field to new frontiers. Our work on AI safety and governance shapes the global norms. The products we built are used by millions of people around the world. Until now, the company we work for and cherish has never been in a stronger position. The process through which you terminated Sam Altman and removed Greg Brockman from the board has jeopardized all this work and undermined our mission and company. Your conduct has made it clear that you did not have the competence to oversee OpenAI. I need to blow my nose, so mute. What is this drama? Okay, so pretty much the OpenAI. Yeah, I muted because I blew my nose. Okay, so the drama here is that the OpenAI board of directors fired the lead guy, and pretty much all the workers are throwing a revolt. This we saw this happen with Project Veritas a while back, where James O'Keefe was ousted from his position on the board, and pretty much all the people who actually did the work ended up quitting and going with them to make a new company. And this looks like to be more of the same, but instead of Project Veritas, this is Open AI. Where was I? When we all unexpectedly learned of your decision, the leadership team of OpenAI acted swiftly to stabilize the company. They carefully listened to your concerns and tried to cooperate with you on all grounds. Despite many requests for specific facts for your allegations, you have never provided any written evidence. They also increasingly realized you were not capable of carrying out your duties and were negotiating in bad faith. The leadership team suggested that the most stabilizing path forward, the one that would best serve our mission company, stakeholders, employees, and the public, would be for you to resign and put in place a qualified board that would lead the company forward in stability. Leadership worked with you around the clock to find a mutually agreeable outcome. Yet within 2 days of your initial decision, you again replaced interim CEO Murati against the best interests of the company. You also informed the leadership team that allowing the company to be destroyed would be considered consistent with the mission. Your actions have made it obvious that you are incapable of overseeing OpenAI. We are unable to work for or with people that lack competence, judgment, and care for our mission and employees. We, the undersigned, may choose to resign from OpenAI and join the newly announced Microsoft subsidiary run by Sam Altman and Greg Brockman. Microsoft has assured us that there are positions for all OpenAI employees at this new subsidiary should we choose to join. We will take this step imminently unless all current board members resign and the board appoints two new independent directors such as Brett Taylor and Will Hurd and reinstates Sam Altman and Greg Brockman. The countdown to OpenAI's demise has begun. Microsoft shares climbed 2.7% in pre-market trading, approaching the new record high of following the announcement that OpenAI co-founders Sam Altman and Greg Brockman will head a new cutting-edge AI research division for a tech giant. This development is particularly surprising given that Altman was dismissed from OpenAI just last week with Emmett Shear, co-founder of Twitch, a video streaming platform. We know what Twitch is, stepping in for the interim CEO overnight, Wall Street Journal reported. Shear's appointment as OpenAI's interim CEO marks the second leadership change in 3 days, following the board's decision to terminate Altman on Friday and technology officer Miriam Murati shortly after. I took this job because I believe that OpenAI is one of the most important companies currently in existence, Shear wrote on social media platform X. He continued, I want to do everything in my power to protect it and grow it further. Today I got a call inviting me to consider a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to become the interim CEO of OpenAI. After consulting with my family and reflecting on it for a few hours, I accepted and recently resigned from my role as CEO of Twitch due to, I assume, the rest of the birth of his child. But okay, I wasn't paid. I didn't notice this stuff up until now. So, like, the CEO of Twitch resigned. This is actually the first time I've heard of this. Huh. I wonder if Kirsch's going to mention this next time she streams. Yeah, one of us has to remember to bring it up to her. The CEO of Twitch is gone. Okay, so on Sunday afternoon, Altman returned to OpenAI's headquarters holding a guest pass. The former CEO said, first and last time I ever wear one of these. Co-founder, chief scientist, and board member Ilya Sutskever, who fired Altman, told employees about Shear joining the company late Sunday. On a side note, Elon Musk has come to the defense of Sutskever's role in the former CEO Sam Altman's ouster. Ilya has good moral compass and does not seek power, Musk wrote in a post on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, on Sunday. He would not take such drastic action unless he felt it absolutely necessary, Musk continued. Early Monday morning, Microsoft Chief Executive Satya Nadella wrote in a post on X, excited to share news that Sam Altman and Greg Brockman, together with colleagues, will be joining Microsoft to lead a new advanced AI research team. We remain committed to our partnership with OpenAI and have confidence in our product roadmap, our ability to continue to innovate everything. We announced Microsoft Ignite and continuing support to our customers and partners. We look forward to getting to know Emmett. Mission continues, Altman wrote on X, commenting on Nadella's message. Elon Musk commented on Altman's post, well timed. Set you for the win. Bloomberg noticed some OpenAI employees posted their resignation on X after hearing the news. OpenAI developer Logan Kilpatrick wrote on social media, this has been an utterly devastating last 3 days. The abrupt shakeup at the maker of virtual chatbot ChatGPT echoes a classic Silicon Valley story, the rift between founders and their board. Some have warned parting with Altman could be disastrous. Somehow in this epic meltdown, Satya swoops in, wins all, and wins with grace. I'm floored. OpenAI was invincible until Friday. Now Microsoft will fully own an in-house GPT for in around 9 months, leveraging its massive distribution power to spin the biggest data flywheel ever. Yep, yep, that sounds about right. Let's see, OpenAI is going to collapse. Microsoft, Google, and anyone with a budget is going to raid what's left of the team that doesn't go with Sam. The entire poker table has been tossed over. Chips, drink card players strewn everywhere. Complete chaos, and chaos is a ladder. You can only go up. And this Elon was worried about Microsoft would take control of AI, blah, blah. Shares at Microsoft in pre-market trading were up as much as 2.7% in the news. The tech giant has an agreement with OpenAI valued at around $13 billion, which has not been spent and includes not just cash but cloud service credits, all of which could be yanked out from under OpenAI now if terms of the agreement are not met. However, a statement from Microsoft on Friday after Altman's initial ouster confirmed that it remains committed to its partnership with OpenAI. AI bucks are going to the moon. AI is just another a tech bro buzzword thing at this point. We all know it's machine learning, and it is a tool and stuff, but it's like the concept of, like the sales pitch of AI that they're doing is just bullshit. We know it. We've seen it. We've talked about it. Kirsch's talked about it. It's kind of old hat for us. Analysis commenting after Altman's shock exit were deeply concerned. Train wreck situation at OpenAI might be one of the biggest debacle decisions in the history of Silicon Valley. Redmond Bush Dan Ives wrote in a note. Here's more what Wall Street analysts are saying, list courtesy of Bloomberg. Recorder ISI analysis Kirk Mettern says that weekend has been full of back and forth regarding OpenAI drama, but for Microsoft investors, it ended in good place with news. Yep, feather in Microsoft's cap. The enemy fucked up, and they came in and swooped up all the good stuff. While it remains to be seen how much brain drain there will be at OpenAI, we think the fundamental risk to Microsoft is largely contained with Altman and the team on board. Bloomberg Intelligence. Altman's departure could open the way for the foundational models like Meta's Llama and Google's and Gemini to attract more interest. Popularity in those open source large language models may grow if Altman's exit was related to ChatGPT's roadmap analysis. Mandeep. Okay, I like that name. Mandeep Singh writes. RBC Capital Markets. While OpenAI's management changes can cause some concerns for Microsoft, OpenAI remains a leader, writes analysis. Rishi Jaluria McRae. Microsoft relation with OpenAI remains intact. Analysis Frederick Avmayer writes, adding there should be little impact for its Azure business. What a dizzying weekend. Yeah, really. I find this utterly neat because it's a real classic business case of the disconnect between the people who do the work and the board of directors. Because the board of directors, all they look at is the financials, and all they want is the numbers to go up. But when they start fucking with the things that make the number goes up, that's them shooting themselves in the foot, and I always find that fucking hilarious. Oh, that's great. And reading this article, learning that the guy in chat of new CEO of ChatGPT now is the fucking was the CEO of Twitch. That's even more funny. Given the shit show that Twitch is, I'm sure he's going to do just fine. Ignore the fact that everyone who actually does the work is going to be leaving for Microsoft. Oh, get fucked. Confirms Zelensky confirms artillery shell deliveries decrease since the outbreak of Gaza war. Blah blah blah. Okay, this looks interesting. California Democrat convention shut down by pro-Palestine protesters. The California Democratic Party shut down its convention on Saturday after thousands of demonstrators mobbed the venue, staging a sit-in in the lobby, heckling speakers, blocking roads, and condemning genocide Joe Biden, all in an effort to urge party leaders to support the ceasefire in the Israel-Gaza war. The incident is the second prominent display of rage against the Democratic Party in just the last week by people sympathetic to the Palestinian side. On Wednesday, protesters surrounding the Democratic National Committee headquarters while members of Congress were inside for a campaign reception. Legislators were rushed into the basement as police pulled and shoved protesters away from the building. Saturday's action in Sacramento kicked off with a sit-in by 200 demonstrators at the Safe Credit Union Convention Center. As word spread of the others and others flocked to the area, the crowd soared to some 2,500 who entered or surrounded the venue, according to CBS 13. When the protesters blocked streets and it caused massive traffic jam. Sacramento police says there was no acts of vandalism and no arrests were made. Yeah, go ahead. Arrest those 2,000 protesters. Don't ask questions about the ones you didn't do the last time, or the time before that, or the time before that. The California Democratic Convention has been completely taken over with demands for a ceasefire in the room. Dem delegates and voters chant over speeches from Katie Porter and Adam Schiff, who are anti-ceasefire. Meanwhile, he was sitting in the lobby. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of white people, the more I look at it. Funny how that works. Among those who were the focus of protesters' wrath were Katie Porter and Adam Schiff, who are both running for Senate and who have both opposed calls for Israel to pursue a ceasefire. In addition to the sit-in, videos circulating on social media also showed demonstrators disrupting speeches. Here, Schiff was the target. California Democrats just shut down Adam Schiff's speech to demand a ceasefire now. If you haven't already, call your representatives and demand their support for a ceasefire now. Protesters calling for a ceasefire in Gaza, blah, 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 blah. Due to circumstances beyond our control and for the safety and security of our delegates and convention participants, we are canceling tonight's caucus meeting, hospitality suits, and vote fest taking place at the convention center. The California Democrats announced in the statement. Some convention delegates were sympathetic to the protest. A lot of people who are Democrats have lost faith in the party. Samina Hussman told CBS 13. We need to stand up and say we're not going to stand for this, and we have to have a ceasefire. California Democrat Chairman Rusty Hicks. I'm sorry, that name gets me every time. Rusty Hicks. I'm Rusty Hicks. To hold accountable any delegates who are actively participated in or aided the furtherance of those activities or events in violation of our party's code of conduct. Meanwhile, the Democratic National Committee must be shuddering at the ongoing trend of young protesters targeting party events. They can only hope that the current Israeli-Gaza war subsides before the next year's Democratic National Convention in Chicago, the same city which the party's 1968 convention was swarmed by 10,000 protesters agitated against the Vietnam War. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Okay, this looks kind of dumb. Oh, Elon, what have you done now? Must taste heat for banning Palestinian river to the sea slogan on X. Elon, who bought Twitter to safeguard free speech on what he calls a digital town square, has imposed a controversial censorship policy targeting language used by people to question the legitimacy of the Israeli government or campaign for a different political order in the Israeli controlled lands. The move comes in the wake of Musk himself being accused of anti Semitism. almost like if damned if you do, damned if you don't, and there's no point in even bothering. On Friday, Musk announced that anyone using the slogan "From River to the Sea, Palestine will be free" will have their X account suspended. Okay, good to know. Guys, do not post that statement in X, because it would piss off Daddy Elon. Okay. As I said earlier this week, decolonization from river to the sea and similar euphemisms necessarily imply genocide. The clear calls for extreme violence are against our terms of service and will result in suspension. Elon, Elon. Musk, a self-proclaimed free speech absolutist, also banned the term decolonization in the context of Israel. More broadly, he said similar euphemisms will also result in suspensions, opening the door to the kind of arbitrary policing of speech that dominated the platform's pre-Musk era. The move drew immediate praise from Jonathan Greenblatt, president of the Anti-Defamation League. In September, Musk threatened to file a defamation lawsuit against the ADL, saying that the group had been trying to kill this platform by falsely accusing it and me of being anti-Semitic. As enormous pro-Palestine protests have erupted around the world, pro-Israel speakers have pointed to demonstrators' use of the slogan "From river to the sea, Palestine will be free," as signifying demonstrators' desire to see a Jewish state erased. Pro-Palestine protesters argue that the phrase does not imply slaughter of Jews, pointing out that "from river to the sea" doesn't mean what you think it means. No, you're just trying to gaslight people because it's always meant the genocide of the Jews, like since day one. You're not fooling anyone. And blah bullshit. Okay, while many supported Musk's position, the ban from river to sea, Palestine will be free, prompted immediate pushback from ex users. Some critics playfully paraphrase the forbidden words. From Schwiver to Shmee, Elon, you will not ban me. From the Pacific to the Atlantic, down to the Caribbean Sea, the United States of America will be free. Others leveled accusations of inconsistency. So calling the single state from river to sea isn't actually bad as long as it's an Israeli apartheid state and not a free and equal state for all of its people. Gotcha. A little salty on that one. Musk's move comes shortly after his controversial retweet of a post on X that said that Jewish communities are pushing hatred against whites. The post, who also accuses Jewish people of supporting hordes of minorities entering Western countries. You have said the actual truth, Musk wrote in a retweet, sparking a swift wave of online backlash. Musk later clarified that he did not intend to generalize the Jewish community, writing, "This does not extend to all Jewish communities, but it is also not just limited to the ADL." Hedge fund manager Bill Ackman, good old Bill Ackman, what's your opinion on this? Voiced his support for Musk on Sunday as the ex-owner, writing on X that Musk is not an anti-Semite. It is remarkable how quickly the world stands ready to attack Musk for his shot from the hip commentary. In his defense of Musk, Ackman reposted a video from conservative political pundit Ben Shapiro. Good old Shapiro, who said that Musk was unjustly being labeled as some sort of crypto Nazi. Very often, anti Semitism becomes a political football, said Shapiro, who said many critics of Musk have failed to denounce anti Semitism among anti Israeli protesters. Blah. Musk has also vehemently denied he is anti-Semitic. In the past week, there were hundreds of bogus media stories claiming that I am anti-Semitic. Nothing could be further from the truth. I wished only the best for humanity and a prosperous and exciting future for all. Ackman concluded by praising Telephone, Tesla and SpaceX CEO. Musk is not perfect, but the world is a vastly better place because of him. Eh, there's a Musk article. There's gonna be this more of this shit. And before a photo of Musk wearing a little hat with his hand on an old wall. Yeah, but at the end of the day, the nose knows. Eh. Oh god, this shit again. Trump has to be eliminated. Another Dan Goldman gaffe or call for assassination. Trust fund stock guru Representative Dan Goldman, Democrat in New York, can't stop saying stupid things because he's Democrat and New Yorker. It is what they do. This is not news. Democrat Representative Dan Goldman accidentally confirms Joe Biden did, in fact, discuss Hunter's foreign business deals with him. Or lying. And so when Adam Schiff's budget mini me. And so when Adam Schiff's budget mini me piped up over the weekend, say the former President Donald Trump has to be eliminated, eyebrows were raised over exactly what he meant. His rhetoric is really dangerous, more and more dangerous, and we saw what happened on January 6th when he uses inflammatory rhetoric. Now, in his recent Truth Social post, and incredibly scary for anyone that might be trying to work in government, and it is just unquestionable that at this point that man cannot see public office again. He is not only unfit, he is destructive to our democracy and has to be eliminated. As video, I'm not going to bother. Goldman's comments drew strong criticism and X. He has to be eliminated. Slipped out. We all know what that means. Context. Goldman accuses Trump of dangerous rhetoric while at the same time apparently calling for his assassination if all else fails. That's how I hear it. This is what years of media Hitlerizing and Trump derangement syndrome gets. Yep. Got Adams on point, as usual. Hmm. They are scared. Trump is doing better in the polls than Biden, and they are now scrambling. They know that if they don't get rid of him, he will be a problem. He he, he is a problem, and he will win. Follow if you agree. They're scared. Trump is doing better in the polls than Biden, and are now scrambling. They know that if they don't get rid of him, he will be a problem. He is a problem, and he will win. Follow if you. God damn it! I hate it. I hate it whenever I like zero hedge and stuff, but I can give a pass to the spelling errors. But I hate it when they double paste uh, stuff from Twitter. It's getting worse. Blah. Blow my nose again. Gonna mute. Mute. I can breathe for a few more minutes. Israeli stuff. Enough. Okay, yeah, okay. This was neat. Libertarian Javier Milei is Argentina's next president. What happens next? As reported last night, the outspoken libertarian candidate Javier, I don't know how to say his last name, I'll just call him Javier. Javier. Also known as Argentina's Donald Trump, and not to be confused with Brazil's Donald Trump, Jair Bolsonaro, who both of whom, however, have Milei's endorsement. Decisively won the second round presidential election in Argentina, Latin America's third largest economy with 45 million people, with 99. Holy shit. Okay, so they had a. So they got most of the counts at 99.3% of the counted, and he obtained 55.7% of valid votes, while incumbent Finance Minister Sergio Massa received 44.3%. Massa conceded the results of the election before the results were even realized, and okay, he just fucking gave up. And stated, starting tomorrow, Mr. Millet is responsible for providing certainty. President Alberto Fernandez similarly acknowledged the election results. Later, it was reported that Massa could request a leave of absence from his position as Minister of Finance. Mr. Milei's presidential term begins on December 10th. Milei campaigned against the political establishment and parts of the elite. Amusingly, even the staunch establishmentarians at Goldman Sachs admit his diagnosis of the country's economic woes is accurate. The size of the government has grown too large. It spends more than it collects, and it uses the central bank to finance its shortfalls. In other words, just like the U.S. Don't question the Fed. The Fed knows better than you. As a result, fiscal profligacy, that's a new word, is root of the inflation problem. Also, just like in the U.S., in response, Milei proposed an agenda of radical transformative policies for the Argentine economy. Among his flagship economic proposals are closing the central bank, good luck with that, the dollarization of the economy, an aggressive cut to public spending, and elimination of tight trade and capital controls. In his victory speech, Milei did not deviate much from his libertarian campaign rhetoric and commented that today begins the reconstruction of Argentina and emphasized that Argentina's current situation is critical. That said, Milei's proposals carry significant implementation risks, for example, dollarization, which was absent from the Malay speech tonight. That said, there is no free lunch, and adopting, preserving, and benefiting from dollarization could be challenging. In a thread on whether dollarization in Argentina is possible, former Treasury commentator Brad Setzer had this to say. As the next president of Argentina will be interesting. Dollarization without any usable dollar at the central bank is a technical challenge, to put it mildly. Not sure though if dollarization leads to the risk of hyperinflation, as Bloomberg suggests. Dollarizing the $622 billion economy at a time when international reserves are depleted could tip the South American nation into another bout of hyperinflation. The immediate risk, of course, is that the peso depreciates sharply. Technically, Argentina can only dollarize at a very depreciated peso, but the subsequent risk is less hyperinflation and more generalized default. Dollarization, if done for real, implies that all domestic liabilities and redenominated into dollars, and that it isn't at all clear how a government with no dollars would be able to honor its domestic dollar liabilities. It is completely unclear how Milei will implement his plans. The BCRA's remaining dollars are pledged to back the bank's required reserves, and China may well want its money back. And the International Monetary Fund isn't keen on lending Argentina more. The core constraints won't go away. But it will be a test of many different theories about stabilizing or destabilizing impact of abandoning one's currency, and with it, an important amount of sovereignty. Oh god, just keep going. Okay, I've kind of lost attention stuff, but it's kind of neat. It's kind of neat overall that another oddball, not from the major parties, won the election over in Argentina, and he's looking to make radical economic reforms. Now, whether that actually pans out, who knows? I wish the guy the best, but yeah, Argentina, what can you do? Border shit. I don't really care. Oh, yeah, big stretch. Well, it looks like the gamers are gonna get their wish too, because started going to my Twitch news feed. I'm I'm okay with getting caught up in the news so far. Ooh. Oh, I was just looking at my live stream, and the positioning was back like 45 minutes ago. I was like, okay, that was weird. Gonna load up Magic because that's what I feel like playing. Want to do my dailies. Anyone wants to pop on the voice chat, just say so. Let's see. Red and black. Crush out my dailies because I'm an addict. No matter how bad this fucking game is. Fuck, I hate Arena. I have a cardboard itch. I don't know, what's everyone doing today? Oh no, the itch. I'm gonna give you the itch. Actually, that analogy probably is right. Because cardboard crack is itself a disease. I got enough land. Yeah. Ah. Almost ripped out my headphone. Can I get commentary on how the game audio is? Ooh, time out. Sounds fine? Okay. I was kind of worried I was going to get blown out. As with everything else the last couple days, holy fuck. I don't think there's much I can do about it being compressed. Like, I think it might be compressed. After I'm done this match, we'll take a look at my settings. Because what I did is I took all the filters, like I mirrored most of the filters done on my microphone to the desktop audio. So the desktop audio does have filters. Like, I could turn them off and we can see how they are. Actually, I could probably do that right now. Let's see, where am I? Audio desktop? Filters. I'm just going to turn them all off. Turning off the audio filters for the desktop. They are now off. Other. Lights up. Okay, turn down game volume. Okay, so sounds better and turn down game volume. Go down master, knock it down like, yeah, 60. Okay, so right now we're setting at no filters for desktop and game volume around 60. So what is the opinion now that the filters and the volume are down? Better bring it down volume more. Okay. Make it go down lower. Okay, it's sitting around, yeah, it is sitting around 30% now. Okay, so no filters and 30% per game. So far, so good. Don't have a bounce. Let's do that. Replacement. In hindsight, I should have probably destroyed it because it would have gone to my graveyard instead of exile. Didn't learn. Okay, destroy Planeswalker. Enchantment. Yes, I would love an answer for recall. I need time. Whoever the card draw one is. Okay. Needs to be destroyed. That's my graveyard. Get later. Denial! Your exile has been denied. And I don't want to burn my blanket. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, minus 1, 10. So I can do a 10 Damage main fire. I'm gonna sit on that. I've always been a strategy game guy. More specifically, I've always been a turn-based strategy guy. Like I did like the RTS games I played growing up, like the StarCraft, the Warcraft, the Age of Empires, and yada yada yada. And I was always more of a Heroes and Might and Magic guy for turn-based strategy. And in hindsight, Civilization. I've never gotten to Civilization, but I have been having fun playing Unciv, which is like the retro graphic Civ 5. I posted it in the video game thread a bunch of times. It's a really fun game. But as far as games I tend to play nowadays and stuff, I tend to just rotate between Magic, Grim Dawn, and Minecraft. I have a bunch of games I've been meaning to play, but I honestly just kind of gravitate between the mindless ones. And I tend to just vegetate and watch streams and VODs. Unciv is good because Unciv is just Civilization 5. Civilization 5 is the best civilization. It's just objective fact. And as far as the online version of card games, like as far as the like electronic CCGs, I played Magic Online when that first came out. Didn't play it for a long time. Got back into it, and then eventually Magic Arena came along. And honestly, it's a more casual experience. As much as I hate the programming, and there are issues with Magic Arena and stuff, but I just don't care at this point. I'd rather just mindlessly play my dailies. I never got into Warhammer as a game. I've always been aware that Warhammer exists and stuff, but I only really got into it through If the Emperor Had a Text-to-Speech Device and and Remlaze's 40k Theory series. So pretty much like the more entertaining aspect as far as like lore goes. I haven't read any of the books. I haven't played any of the games. I have absolutely no interest in playing the tabletop because I cannot justify that expense. And as far as the Pathfinder devs go, I'm not a big fan of those guys. Honestly, as far as tabletop games go, I think like unless you have your homies, unless you already have like a group build up of like friends or associates that you get along with and stuff, I think modern tabletop right now is shit. Just because of current politics, and even then, I think most of the modern game design for like the later editions of Dungeons and Dragons and Pathfinder are kind of just like meh. Dawn of War 1 was my first Warhammer 40k exposure up till now. I've only played Dawn of War 1 and 2. I want to try Space Marine, Bolt Gun, and Rogue Trader. Yeah, and also Space Marine 2 is coming out in the not too distant future. That looks fun. I didn't play any of them, but I did watch a cinematic playthrough of the Dawn of War series, a commentary-less playthrough of Space Marine and Bolt Gun. They look like fun games to play, but I'm just not in the mood to play it myself. Oh my god, I need card drop. I need something. I don't care about getting one ping of damage. I need to keep that Heroes fall for any planeswalkers. Okay, 2 main bars, fuck it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, minus 1 is 12. Burn, motherfucker! Yeah, I do acknowledge Dawn of War. Like, I watched playthroughs of Dawn of War 1, and I do acknowledge it for being a good RTS. But even though I did grow up on RTSs, I was never really a fan of RTSs. So I acknowledge it being a good game, but again, I'm more a turn-based strategy guy as opposed to a real-time guy. Which kind of makes sense. You're more of an action game guy, and I'm more of a turn-based guy. So I just had a thought of like the logic makes sense for you saying that. Let's see. Turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Yeah, that's right. You quit. You little bitch. Oh god, that was only one match. Normally I'm breezing through this more. Well, to be fair, normally I'm playing my sliver deck, and I usually just steamroll people and stuff. But my sliver deck is mostly green, white, with a bit of red, and blue and black are an afterthought. For the sake of my dailies, I'm playing my blue, black, red destruction deck. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. I grew up and I will play like fast action games when I'm in the mood for them. But it's one of those things where I have to be in the mood for it. Like as soon as when this match is over, I'll pull up my game directory and see what thoughts I can pull from. Oh yeah, Tempest Rising is coming out next year. That looks neat. I might try that one. Yeah, there you go. Not gonna do anything? Okay. Fine by me. Okay, one major complaint I have about Magic Arena. The mobile version on the phone, it has connection issues like a motherfucker. So it will time out, but it won't tell you that it's timed out. You just have to figure out that it's timed out when nothing happens and stuff, and you have to like close the application, reopen it, and hopefully you don't burn too many of your time counters. It sucks. That's why I tend to only play Magic Arena on desktop because I don't have any of the mobile issues. But when I do my dailies when I'm out of town and stuff, and it's just then the pain is real. Oh god, are you disconnected? Whatever. I'll take the win, but come on. Play. I'd probably make myself smaller to show the hands. There's VTube Studio. Good enough. I could probably go smaller. Hooray, I win. No, I did not. Oh. I really fucking hate those, did you have fun? How was your experience? It's like, fuck off, motherfucker, I'm using your product, fuck off. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't be using it. Actually, I don't like it, but I'm addicted, so meh. Fuck it, good enough. I like to live dangerously by only having 2 land in my hand. There are 3 or 4, but This deck I only need 3 mana to do most of the stuff, so I really don't care. Yeah. Let's go, Sandris, let's go. I have Tyrant's Sword in that one. Attack. I never got into Hearthstone because I was a Magic guy. Oh yeah, like I was saying earlier. So as far as like digital version of card games go, I think most of them are shit. I'd rather just play Magic, either Arena online or some of the fan ones. The only other digital card game I tried to get into was the Pokemon because it's Pokemon. But as far as like game mechanics go, I really don't like playing Pokemon. I really don't. Magic has always been and will always be my metric, and I do not have fun playing Pokemon compared to Magic. Aye. Festival Crasher. That's nice. Just thinking about card games, I played Gwent for a while. It's okay. It didn't really hold my attention. Like a battered housewife, I keep coming back to Magic. Beep. I beep. My order's ready for pickup! My new snow shovel is in! Hallelujah! Chat, you know you're an adult when you're excited when your online order of a fucking snow shovel comes in. Steam sale? Nah. My backlog of games is so ridiculous right now. I honestly have a hard time justifying new games. Like the only new game I have in the pipeline that I want to get is the upcoming expansion for Grim Dawn, and that's not coming out until next year. And even then, that's only going to be like, I don't know, $20. So I don't feel so bad about that. Because Grim Dawn. Fuck me, I love me some Grim Dawn. Oh yeah, deck. That's the thing with Magic. I agree with Memberthrax on this here. I find more fun building decks than actually playing the game. Don't get me wrong, playing the game is fun, but it's just kind of like making these weird decks and seeing if they work, and just kind of goofing off and trying out shit. That's always been the fun thing. That's probably why I like ARPGs. Because I can like theory craft a bunch of builds in my ARPGs, and pretty much like building your skill tree is like building a deck. So it tickles that brand of autism. I hate prowess. Fuck. Yeah, strategy. Strategy game's the best. Oh, this is a pickle. Ah, fuck me, I should have attacked. I just saw it's like, board wipe. It's like, I should have attacked. And I'm an idiot. Yeah, that was on me. I fucked that one up. Why didn't I attack? Yeah, well, I still would have died anyway. Okay, black and blue. That's almost done. Announcements, don't care. Okay, my sliver deck. Okay, my good deck. I only have that blue, black, red destroy deck for my destroy blue, black daily quest requirements. More often than not, I get away with my dailies just playing my sliver deck. God damn! 3 Caverns of Souls in the opening hand. God damn! God loves me for that last game. Oh, life gain deck. Oh, I hate you. I hate life gain deck. Fucking 3 Caverns of Souls. That's so stupid. I love it. Alright, you gonna gang block him and kill him? Hell, you're not, because everyone who plays on the arena are too fucking defensive. No one plays offensive anymore. It's so easy to steamroll people. It's great, I love it. I beat. Eh. I think I might be land flooded. I don't know how I feel about that. Yep. Definitely land flooded. Not liking that. Oh, sorry. I knew my opening hand was too good to be true. Who's going to win the race? Does he have a Hail Mary? A block over I would use, but okay. Victory! Not gonna lie, I really want to run to the store and pick up that snow shovel. What time are we setting at? Okay, we'll go up to 2 hours. Then I'm gonna go be an adult and pick up my snow shovel and shovel my driveway. I also wanted to run to the grocery store and grab some snacks. So this is not only am I getting a snow shovel, I'm gonna get tasty snacks. I probably should check the mail. If nothing else for today, I'm thankful that for the most part my audio issues are resolved. Or at least better. I'm probably going to go to my grave not realizing or figuring out exactly what caused my audio to shit the bed between streams. Because the audio ghost machine is real. I know we joke with the streamers and stuff about them having audio issues and stuff, but my god, it's fucking real. It's real and it sucks. The gremlins. Yes. The gremlins will come and consume us all. Fuck you, Jenny. Fuck you, Jenny. You're a Jenny. Ah. Thankfully I do have basic lands as a deck, so I'm not totally screwed out of that. Fuck. Oh, you can. If you exile on my slivers, so God help me. Don't you do it. Don't you fucking do it. Okay, 11. I'll be getting Hive Lord next turn. I'll take the hit. So then go to the tanking and redirect damage strat. Come on. Come on. Fuck. Alright, if I can get the Flying Sliver next turn, that'd be great. And get me in. Get me in. I have a soundboard for this. I need to reposition my windows to be better. There we go. Okay. Oh. I think I'm fucked. Let's see. I can only block 3. He'll deal 8 damage. Fuck it. I'm dead. I'm dead. I want to wrap up. Go run business. Hit the new. I don't care about Cave 6-1 because I already bought out all the Cavern of Souls. That's all I cared about. See what the daily deals are today. Fuck you, genderqueer. Both of them do. Yeah. Stay up. Studio. Ah. Goes out of you. Okay. Well. Guess that's that. Oop. Why am I cropping? Why am I cropping there? Weird. Okay. I'm gonna wrap it up. Thanks everyone for coming. Thank you for your feedback on my audio issues. This has been a learning experience for everyone involved. Mostly me. Yep. So I don't know if when I'm going to stream next. Pretty much. I said it before, and I'm going to just say it again. I'm going to have no schedule. this is kind of a free for all get gorilla thing. If people are around, great. If not, whatevs. Uh, Nothing else on top of my mind for as far as news or anything to mention. So, yep. Thanks for coming. Peace out. Later.